disturbing video even a year later. And today, Americans are taking a moment to process, reflect, and heal after this, the attack on our nation's capital a year ago today. It's a solemn day that's being compared to the anniversary of Pearl Harbor and even 9/11. This morning, President Biden recalled the events of one of the darkest days in our history. He looked Americans right in the eye and called former president a liar that values ego over protecting our democracy.
You can't love your country only when you win. You can't obey the law only when it's convenient. You can't be patriotic when you embrace and enable lies. Those who stormed this Capitol, and those who instigated and incited, and those who called on them to do so, held a dagger at the throat of America, at American democracy. They didn't come here out of patriotism or principle. They came here in rage, not in service of America, but rather in service of one man.
Well, let's talk about that. Joining us now for our special coverage of the insurrection 1 year later, joining us is New York Congressman Gregory Meeks. He was actually inside the Capitol during that breach and lockdown. Congressman, it is a pleasure to have you, sir. If you can, take us back 1 year ago today. It was about an hour from now when everything started to unfold at the Capitol. Briefly walk us through your experience.
Well, my experience was I have an office that faces the Capitol. And, we knew that the election was going to be certified. And because of COVID, we had shifts in which members were going to on the actual House floor. And of course, you're watching the news at the same time. And from my window, I could start seeing the mob that left the White House, or in front of the White House, where they were having this insurrection rally with the president, then president, starting to arrive at the Capitol. You could see large numbers of individuals coming to the Capitol. And I looked at the time and said that soon it would be my time to go over to the Capitol. At about this time, I guess it was close to this time, I got up to walk over to the Capitol. Shortly thereafter, I was stopped by a Capitol police officer who said that it was not safe to go to the Capitol. Actually, that's what he told me. It was not safe to go to the Capitol. He prevented me from going, turned me around, told me to go back to my office and lock down. And then there was some confusion because we thought that, and I thought that maybe someone had entered into the House office building. But as I got back into my office, locked down the doors as instructed, I saw more and more people from my window, because now I'm looking directly outside of my window. And suddenly I could see, because I could see both the east and the west steps, or, where you would go into the Capitol. And I started to see, as more people came in, people starting to climb the walls outside. And I'm saying to my staff, what the heck is going on here? And of course, now we turn on television and we see the mob outside, etc. But they still seem to be outside. I got a frantic call from one of my colleagues and one of the new chairs, the chair of the Agricultural Committee, David Scott from Georgia. And he had also been intercepted by a member of the Capitol Police and told to go back, but he could not go back to the Cannon office building where his office was. So he gave a call and I said, bring him to my office. And so they brought him to my office where we locked down. And then, it almost seemed simultaneously to me that I saw, folks trying to get in, rushing up the steps from both sides, from both the east and the west of the Capitol. And then I began to look at some of the horrific pictures that were going on inside. I called a number of my colleagues that I knew that had not gotten out to find out what was happening and whether or not they were safe. And of course, many of them did not answer their phones at all. And we were now trying to stay in touch with the Capitol Police to see what we should do. And we were told, no, cut off your lights, stay locked down, don't move. If anyone knocks on your door, don't answer it.
Congressman
And
Meeks.
basically, for the next few hours, we were just there while this insurrection, I should say,
Yes.
insurrection was taking place.
I want to ask you one last question, sir, and then we have to unfortunately wrap. So if you could be brief, I apologize, but we are running out of time. Some say there's no need to storm the Capitol again because Republicans are already limiting access to so many things, right, that impact our lives, from voting, taking the power away from local election officials, redistricting, banning critical race theory, also limiting a woman's right to choose, while some say Democrats, for the most part, are sitting by watching. What is your response to that, Congressman, as we move into midterms this year?
No, clearly that's not true because we've passed those bills in the House. The Democrats in the House passed all of those bills. The problem is in the Senate. And there's a 50-50 split in the Senate. And one Democrat has not said that he would go on to the bill so that we can get rid of the 60 vote rule. So we've done something where we could. On the House, we have a 4-vote majority. We were able to pass all of those bills. Democrats passed all of those bills out of the House. The problem is in a 50-50 Senate. And all it takes is one not to agree to join on. But all the rest of the Democrats, they were ready because of a 60-vote margin known as the filibuster rule. And you still need that other person to break the filibuster rule.
Yeah, I think Americans are just, they just want something done. I don't think they're breaking down the divide of power and understanding that.
I understand. And that's where we need the help of the American people. Had we had 2 or 3 additional Democrats in the Senate so that one vote did not count, this would be a done deal. That's why these elections coming up are so important.
Congressman Gregory Meeks, it was a pleasure having you, sir. Thank you for taking the time out to talk with us. BNC Live will be right back.